The silent underestimate Earth, a small planet lost in the vastness of the galaxy, had always been underestimated. To the advanced alien civilizations that ruled the stars, Earth was nothing more than a blip in the cosmos. Its people, with their primitive technology and divided nations, were seen as weak. The galaxy's rulers, the alien empires, had been around for thousands of years, and they had long looked down on Earth. They saw the planet as insignificant, just another resource-filled world they could conquer when the time was right. The aliens, with their advanced fleets and incredible weapons, had never considered that Earth might one day pose a threat. They had watched as humans fought amongst themselves, squabbled over land, and struggled with disease and poverty. In their eyes, Earth's inhabitants were too fractured, too broken to ever stand together. The galaxy was their domain, and Earth was far beneath them. But there was something the aliens didn't know, something hidden deep within Earth's history, something that had been dormant for centuries. It wasn't an advanced weapon, nor was it technology beyond their understanding. It was something far more powerful. Unity, the humans, scattered across the globe, had no idea how close they were to awakening the greatest strength the galaxy had ever seen. They had been fighting their own battles for so long, focusing on their own struggles, that they never thought to look beyond their planet's borders. However, there were whispers in the shadows, deep in secret laboratories, where a handful of people had begun to piece together a weapon like no other. The alien empires continued to grow confident, their ships expanding further into the stars. They didn't worry about Earth. They knew it was weak. The human nations were too busy with their own problems to ever think of fighting back. But beneath the surface, something was stirring. It began with small, quiet experiments, unnoticeable to the rest of the world. A group of brilliant scientists from all over the planet, from different countries and backgrounds, started working together in secret. They realized that Earth's real power was not in its military or technology, but in the people themselves. The strength of humanity was in its ability to adapt, to overcome, and to come together when everything seemed lost. The scientists knew they were on the brink of something incredible. They had discovered how to tap into a hidden energy source buried beneath the planet's surface. It was an ancient power, something long forgotten, and it was the key to awakening Earth's true potential. Meanwhile, the alien empires watched Earth from afar, still dismissing it as a minor concern. They sent their scouts, observed from their high-tech ships, and catalogued Earth's resources. They were preparing for a future in which they would conquer the planet. It was only a matter of time. Or so they thought. But then something changed. A small group of human leaders, once divided by national borders and ideologies, began to speak of unity. They spoke of a new era, one where humanity could rise above its past conflicts and come together for a common cause. This was a spark that could ignite a fire. The moment the aliens underestimated Earth was the moment they sealed their own fate. The humans didn't even know it yet, but their collective will was being tested. Some began to question their place in the galaxy. Others were determined to prove their worth. The first sign of resistance was small, almost invisible. A few old satellites were suddenly reactivated. Human engineers, without realizing the full impact of their actions, began testing new propulsion systems that were years ahead of what the aliens had expected. These small victories were barely noticed by the outside world, but the aliens saw them, and for the first time, they began to doubt their assumptions. In a quiet corner of the world, in a hidden underground lab, the humans were about to change everything. They had unlocked the secret of Earth's hidden strength, and they were preparing to take the first steps in using it. The world would never be the same again as the aliens continued their arrogant march across the galaxy. Earth was silently awakening, preparing for the day when it would prove them all wrong. The galaxy's rulers had no idea that the humans they had dismissed for so long were about to rewrite the rules of the universe. The aliens had thought they were invincible, that their power was unmatched. But Earth was about to show them that there was more to strength than advanced technology and vast fleets. There was something far deeper, something the aliens couldn't understand. And it was the thing that would change everything. Humanity was about to rise. The hidden strength, the moment Earth's first signs of resistance appeared. The galaxy's most powerful alien empires didn't see it as a threat. They saw it as a mere glitch, something that would be easily crushed under their massive fleets. But they were wrong. The alien leaders had been so consumed by their own superiority that they failed to realize one critical thing: humanity never gave up. Even after centuries of struggle, war, and pain, the people of Earth had something the aliens didn't, determination. It started with small victories. Earth's secret weapon was not in its weapons or ships, but in its people's resilience. Human ingenuity had always been underestimated, but now that ingenuity was being unleashed in ways the galaxy had never seen. Scientists, engineers, and inventors began to collaborate across borders, pooling knowledge and resources. The moment of unity was here, and it was about to change the course of history. The alien empires, still overconfident, launched their first full-scale invasion of Earth, thinking it would be a swift victory. Their ships filled the skies, darkening the atmosphere like an endless swarm. They deployed their most advanced weapons and prepared to take Earth's most valuable resources. The invasion was supposed to be easier formality, something they had done countless times before, but this time the aliens had seriously underestimated their enemy. The first sign of Earth's response came when an alien battleship, the largest in the fleet, suddenly fell from the sky, crashing down into the ocean. No one had expected it. The alien fleet had launched its attack, thinking that Earth was defenseless. But in a flash of bright light, their most powerful ship was destroyed by a weapon they couldn't comprehend, an ancient energy source that had been unlocked by the humans. This was no ordinary weapon. It was a force hidden deep beneath Earth's surface for centuries, waiting for the right moment to be unleashed. The humans had discovered it through their secret experiments, and now they had harnessed its power. What they didn't know, however, was that the energy was more powerful than they could have ever imagined. The humans had unintentionally tapped into a force that could rival the alien empire's entire arsenal. The aliens were stunned. The first wave of Earth's resistance had shaken their confidence. The fleet, now reeling from the unexpected loss, had no idea how to react. This was supposed to be an easy conquest. Instead, they were faced with something entirely new, a force that had been hidden on this small, insignificant planet all along. Back on Earth, the mood shifted. The victory over the alien battleship was just the beginning. News of the attack spread like wildfire. People who had once feared that humanity was on the brink of collapse now stood tall, inspired by the sudden show of power. What had once been a fractured world, torn apart by conflict, was now beginning to come together. The scientists, the engineers, the soldiers, they all realized that they were no longer fighting just for survival. They were fighting for something greater. Earth's survival was now tied to something far bigger, the galaxy itself. The weapon that had taken down the alien battleship wasn't just a force of destruction. It was a force that could protect Earth from any threat, even the mighty alien empires. But that also meant the aliens would never stop coming. They would see this victory as a challenge to their authority, and they would return with even greater forces. The humans knew they had to act fast. They couldn't let this one victory be their only chance. They had to prepare for the battles ahead. In secret military bunkers and hidden laboratories, humanity began to prepare for the aliens' next move. But this time, Earth wasn't just reacting, it was planning. Humans had learned that they couldn't wait for the enemy to come to them. They had to take the fight to the stars, one by one. Humans began to assemble the most advanced technology the galaxy had ever seen. They took their knowledge of the ancient energy and integrated it with their own innovations. New warships, powered by the mysterious energy source, were built. Weapons of unimaginable power were designed. And most importantly, humans began to build something that no alien force could have predicted. Unity. As the alien fleets regrouped and prepared for their next strike, they had no idea that Earth had already changed the game. The galaxy's rulers, once so certain of their victory, were now uncertain of what to expect. They had no idea how quickly humanity had adapted to the new reality. They had underestimated Earth's ability to evolve, to fight back, to innovate. The moment of truth was approaching. The next alien assault would be the final test. But Earth was ready. And when the aliens came again, they would be met with a force unlike anything they had ever seen before. The hidden strength of Earth, now awakened, was no longer a secret. It was the key to humanity's future in the galaxy. And as the aliens prepared for their final push, they had no idea what was waiting for them on this small, insignificant planet called Earth. The awakening of Earth. The alien empires were beginning to panic. Earth had managed to stop the first wave of their invasion, and now the galaxy's rulers were forced to consider something they had never imagined. Humanity was no longer weak. It wasn't just Earth's technology that had evolved. It was humanity's spirit, and that was something the aliens couldn't predict. While the aliens continued their military preparations, Earth's greatest minds were working in secret, preparing for the inevitable second invasion. Human engineers, scientists, and soldiers were now working in unison, combining their knowledge in ways that had never been done before. The mysterious energy source that had been discovered beneath the planet's surface was humanity's secret weapon, but it was also the key to something greater, a power that had been dormant for centuries. As the days passed, the world began to feel the change. The first signs of unity appeared on a scale never seen before. People from all corners of Earth, once divided by borders and conflicts, began to put aside their differences. There was a sense of urgency in the air, a feeling that this was no longer just about survival. It was about the future of humanity, and they were ready to take control of it. The aliens, still reeling from their first defeat, underestimated Earth's ability to adapt. They believed that their next strike would be successful, that Earth would crumble under the weight of their forces. What they didn't know was that humanity was already prepared for them. Earth's hidden strength was no longer a secret, was a weapon, and it was about to be used in the deepest underground bunkers. Earth's leaders began to organize their response. They knew that the aliens wouldn't stop, that their arrogance would drive them to return with even more destructive force. But the humans were ready. New warships, crafted with advanced technology, were stationed in Earth's orbit. Each ship was powered by the same mysterious energy source that had taken down the alien battleship. They were not just weapons, they were symbols of humanity's awakening, a sign that the small planet Earth had finally realized its own strength. One by one, Earth's secret alliances with other planets in the galaxy began to take shape. These were the planets that the alien empires had oppressed for years, those who had been too afraid to rise against their rulers. But Earth's victory had sparked something within them. The message was clear. If Earth could stand up to the alien empires, so could they. Humanity's fight had become a symbol of hope, a symbol that the galaxy could change. The aliens, however, were not easily deterred. They gathered their fleets in the farthest reaches of the galaxy, preparing for the final assault on Earth. They believed that their combined strength would crush humanity once and for all. But as they launched their ships toward Earth, they could feel something was different. This time, it wasn't just Earth. They were facing it was the entire galaxy. Rising up, the humans weren't fighting alone anymore. They had formed alliances with planets that had once been under the alien empire's rule. Together, they had created a powerful coalition, one that no single alien fleet could defeat. Earth's rebellion had become a full-scale galactic movement, and the aliens had no idea how to stop it. In the final days before the alien fleet arrived, Earth's forces gathered. The warships were ready, the new weapons had been tested, and humanity stood united. The world, once divided and broken, now stood strong and resolute, ready to defend its future. The humans had done the impossible. They had come together to face the alien threat. The aliens, preparing for their final push, were unaware of the full extent of the challenge they were about to face. Earth's unity, its innovation, and its newfound strength had turned the tables. The small planet that had once been seen as insignificant was now a force to be reckoned with. As Earth's forces began to mobilize, a message was sent across the galaxy. We are no longer weak. We are no longer divided. We are humanity, and we will fight for our future. The alien fleet, once so sure of their victory, now faced a new enemy. The humans had awakened, and they were no longer afraid. The final battle was approaching, and it would not be fought in the silence of space. It would be fought with the full power of Earth's united forces. The alien empires had made a grave mistake. They had thought Earth would be an easy target. They had underestimated the power of humanity's spirit. And now the galaxy would witness what happens when you push Earth too far. Humanity was no longer just defending its planet. It was defending the future of the galaxy. Humanity's triumph. The galaxy was about to witness something it had never seen before. The final battle was upon them, an Earth once seen as weak, insignificant, and easily conquered was now ready to fight back with a force unlike anything the alien empires had ever encountered. The alien fleet, a massive armada of battle-hardened ships and elite warriors, was moving toward Earth with all its might. They thought this would be their final victory, that the rebellion led by humanity was nothing more than a fleeting moment. But they were gravely mistaken. Earth, united as never before, stood ready for what was to come. The world's leaders, scientists, and military commanders had prepared for this moment. Humanity's warships, powered by the ancient energy that had once been thought a myth, were now ready to unleash their full potential. Each ship was a symbol of human resilience, of their ability to adapt, innovate, and overcome as the alien fleet approached. Earth's forces activated their weapons, and the skies lit up with powerful energy beams that shocked even the most battle-hardened of the alien soldiers. The energy source that had first been discovered in secret was now being used to its fullest extent. The mysterious power that had once seemed like a mere spark was now humanity's greatest weapon. No longer was Earth's defense a hidden secret, was now a shining beacon of defiance, a force the alien empires could no longer ignore. The battle began with a thunderous roar as the alien ships began their assault. Waves of alien spacecraft descended on Earth, their weapons firing relentlessly. The humans, though outnumbered, fought back with everything they had. Their warships, faster and more agile than the alien ships, darted through the sky, launching energy blasts that cut through the alien fleet's defenses. The alien forces, so accustomed to victory, were thrown into disarray. They had underestimated Earth before, but now they could no longer deny its power. At the forefront of the battle were the humans' greatest military minds, leading the charge with unmatched strategy. Each move they made was calculated, each strike timed perfectly. Humanity had learned from their first defeat, and they had adapted. The alien invaders, once so sure of themselves, were now fighting a war they didn't know how to win. The battle raged on for hours, each side taking losses. The alien ships, though technologically superior, could not match the sheer will and determination of the human forces. The mysterious energy that powered Earth's ships seemed endless, and with every shot fired, humanity's confidence grew. The tides of battle shifted in their favor. In the midst of the chaos, a single human warship broke through the alien line, led by a brilliant commander who had once been a civilian scientist. With the aliens in disarray, the commander made a bold decision to strike directly at the heart of the alien fleet, targeting their flagship. It was a gamble, one that could either end the battle or lead to Earth's destruction. The human warship, powered by the mysterious energy source, charged straight toward the alien flagship. The aliens, too late to react, watched as the human ship closed the distance. With a final, powerful burst of energy, the warship fired its main weapon E-beam so strong, it tore through the alien flagship's defenses like paper. The flagship exploded in a massive burst of light, sending shockwaves through the battlefield. The alien fleet, once so powerful, was now in chaos. Their leadership was gone, and their ships, leaderless and disorganized, began to retreat. But the humans didn't stop there. With the alien flagship destroyed, they launched their final assault, pushing the remaining alien forces back. The power of Earth's weapon, combined with the unity of its people, had turned the tide. The once great alien empire, now broken and leaderless, could do nothing but retreat into the shadows of the galaxy. As the last of the alien ships fled, the humans stood victorious. The galaxy, which had once looked down on Earth, now saw that small planet in a new light. Earth had not only defended itself, had claimed its place in the stars. The aliens, who had once believed they were untouchable, now understood that Earth was not a planet to be underestimated. Humanity had proven itself, not just as survivors, but as conquerors. They had stood against the most powerful empire the galaxy had ever known, and they had won. The victory was not just for Earth, was for all the oppressed worlds in the galaxy, who had long been under the alien empire's boot. And so, Earth's rise to power became a symbol of hope. Humanity, once fractured and divided, had come together to face the greatest threat the universe had ever known. And they had won. The galaxy would never be the same again. The small, insignificant planet known as Earth had become a force to be reckoned with. The alien empires, once the unquestioned rulers of the stars, would now have to reckon with the power of humanity. It was just the beginning. The galaxy had changed, and Earth, for the first time, was ready to shape its future.